Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for, what is it time for? Survival Saturday. And tonight's topic is similar to one we did 2 weeks ago, but different. Tonight's is surviving a long-term power outage. And let me click over here and get myself back up here. Hey, everyone. And let me go ahead and change. There we go. Now, so there's been some questions about why does it say advanced prepared engineer when people are going, I'm not an engineer. Have you worked on your own prepping skills? Have you worked on building your stockpile of food and stuff? So you're engineering your survival. So that's where Dave at Southern Ohio Prepping came up with this Ape Nation. Alrighty, let's go over to the comments and see who is all here. And the first one in was Prairie Rider, Queen of the North, also known as Lori. And then it was of course, CB at Hugo Homestead, and already did the CB in the chat there, right under her. Kaylin Strain came in next. Then Alicia Autism Mom. Scrolling down. And then Phelan Klein Wolf came in, said he was number 11. And he asked the question, got your flashlights? And I froze. And the next one was CR, followed by Wendy at Hardneck Farms, then Idaho Garden Girl, and then Lori Ann Curry. And let's see, go on down here. Walt Rogers. How you doing, Sheriff? And, or I should say Deputy Sheriff. One of these times you're going to accept that promotion to Sheriff. Let's see what else we got here. Everybody's talking. Lori came in as Lori now. So Queen of the North is now known as Lori J on here. And then we have, who else? Well, thank you very much. And let's see here. Laura Fusier, how you doing? Suladine, welcome. Suladine is south of me in Utah. And let's make sure I'm not skipping anybody as I'm playing catch up here. Checked off is in the house. Power move, starting with a pun so early, CR. Oh, there's the pun. Here it is. There's his pun. He made it comment earlier, and someone else is saying it will be enlightening. Maybe not. It may be a little bit dark and confusing. All right. Got candles going. Good. Hello, Tofu. Welcome. All right. And I'm caught up. All right. So for those of you that caught the live stream 2 weeks ago, which was the 60-day, 300 miles out is blacked out. Everybody's in, surrounding you is blacked out for 60 days. This is a little bit different. And so we're going to get into that here. And let me switch down here. Back over here. Wrong way. That way. There we go. Boom. Okay. I picked out a really nice background that goes behind me and everything else. Not behind me here, but on the screen and stuff. But because that's so big and stuff, you can't see. Basically, it's an outline, sky outline of a city, totally blacked out. All you see, the lights you see is down below those red and white lights on the highway in front of the city. Looked really cool and got the point across. But it's blacked out here. I can't just, unless I take both of them. I'm going to pull both of us off the spheres for a second. So let me take that out. I'm going to take myself out for a second. There you go. That was the backdrop I picked out for this. All right, so here we are. So we're talking about a long-term power outage. What exactly am I talking about? Oh, little lone preppers in the house. Howie, Food Forest Permaculture's here. And Jujubee, welcome. All right, so let's go over this here. Magic through, there it is. So what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about something a little bit different than what we did 2 weeks ago. It's a localized power outage. So local, not statewide or multiple statewide. Power is on 20 miles away. Okay. You can drive 20 miles, go to the grocery store, go to the bank, all that stuff's working 20 miles away. But where you're at, it's dark. And let's see what, okay. Oh, and the authorities say power will be out for 6 or more weeks while they try to find the parts to repair whatever caused it. Most likely, this is going to be a substation that had a meltdown. And so power coming to it can't be distributed to your local area. And I think that's my last slide on that. Yes. And with that, I'm going to drop something down here in the chat for those that want to, where to go. Oh, why isn't, oh, that's why. Wow, I had to hit the button 3 times to get it to post it. There we go. And I can, man, the screen is moving fast. There we go, pin. Okay, let's see. 20-mile extension, runs 20 miles. Joke. Yeah, but if your house, your house has no power. Your neighbors have no power. That's what's not a joke. Kaylin says, this is what we experienced in August of 2020. After the derecho smacked a large part of Iowa, the whole state was not knocked offline. Yeah, there are big chunks of it. Okay. Hang on here. All right, CR. Lori's ready to give you power because you're without power and she's more than 20 miles away from you. She has power. She's got the extension cords. Judy did it for 4 days. You're the only one of your neighbors not losing their minds. Yeah. Oh, what was it? I was on. Wasn't on. I was watching Dr. Paula Ruffin's canning live stream today. She was canning for 3.5 hours. And there were several of us, so we're talking, and she was there with her friend, and they were doing applesauce, making applesauce and then canning it. And oh man, watching their reactions, they pulled the lid off the thing, and then they added some more spices at the last, stirred it up, and you could just see the steam come up off it, and the smiles on their face from that applesauce with the bourbon and cinnamon added to it. It was incredible. But anyways, she was talking about when the power went off where she was at for several days, and she was a little bit, but all her neighbors are absolutely freaking out. Then sometime after that, she got a whole house generator, and the next time it went off, she was like, I was suffering from power outage syndrome, a phobia type thing. And so knowing she had that generator, she goes, it didn't bother me at all. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if I can catch up here on the comments. What do we got here? Howie's cooking outside, cooking. Yeah. So Howie's living. I mean, he's trying to do it, but he got sick. We'll spend 30 days outside as if everything was out. So cooking salmon and squash. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Let's see here. Sounds delicious, Howie. Kathy D, salt and lights in the house. Scrolling down, trying to catch up here. Okay, the longest we were out without power was 2 weeks, Hurricane Juno, when your daughter was a baby. And the one I would like to have come up here, but she's busy. Yeah, okay, where did Sarah put that up there, or alternative? He also put depends on the time of year too. All right, so and out for 8 days in ice storms. Neighbors are out 14 days. Anyway, so one I wanted to get here was old school prepper. A couple years ago, I think she was out for a whole month. But she had a well with a hand pump on it, and it rained now and then, and so they were collecting rainwater for the toilets and stuff. And it was like a hard camping expedition for her. 2 commercials back to back. Oh, guys, if you get a commercial, please tell me how long that commercial was. I'm trying to adjust the thing so you don't get it, but YouTube tries sneaking it in. If I find the right combination, and when they do shoot it at you, it's only going to be like a 6-second commercial or a 5-second commercial. That's what I'm trying to get them down to. About the amount of time when I freeze up. So, low loan prepper had a severe back. Power was out for 2 weeks. Toilet bowl froze and broke. Keep RV antifreeze now. Yeah, you get that RV antifreeze stuff, which is non-toxic, that you can fill things up so they don't freeze and stuff. But I got some other stuff to go over and help you out on that stuff too. When did you get a generator for us? So we turns 4 hours at a time on the fridge, freezes house to house. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you're rotating the 4 of you using it. And let's see here. Yeah, they've started doing commercials during live streams now. And next month, they're taking away all of our rights to be able to pick and choose what we want. So I'm trying to get things set up beforehand so they know what I want. So it's locked in. Hopefully it stays locked in. So but YouTube's trying to make money any way they can. So it's, why are we putting commercials on live streams? So that's what they're doing. Short commercials, good. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Lori, you got a 5-minute commercial on my live stream on Thursday? It's not. It's supposed to. Oh man, they are getting out of hand. Yeah, I'm slowly catching up here. Yeah. Lori has 2 propane tanks. Extra empty. Okay. And yeah. But the channel doesn't get the profits. Well, that's not what they're saying. YouTube is saying, yeah, you can optimize your commercial so you get the most value for it. And I'm trying to de-optimize it so I don't get, they don't put much on there and it moves on. Okay. So it had some great ideas in there for talking about things you guys have already. Now, let me clear this off the side here and drop that down. For those of you that have been have the money to get a solar system set up, or at least the power stations, portable power stations. But Ben Gilmore, the gentleman I had up here from Minuteman Prep, put out. He's got a bunch of stuff on sale here, and let me get to the website here. Okay, so he's selling a bunch of used. He calls it solar generators, but they're power stations. And I'm going to put the link for anybody who can go in and look at it later. There's the link to it. And he's got, let me scroll up. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 different systems set up that are used that he's selling. The big boy is I believe is the Delta Pro. It's 2 Delta Pros with 4 extension batteries and the 240 hub that connects the 2 units together so you can run your dryer, electric dryer, or whatever on it. Yes, Kaylin. The ones he's selling are the ones that he's tested. So they, haven't been used that much. He's done testing and stuff, and he is selling them all because he's selling off a lot of them, and he's going completely off grid. So for his house in town, so he's getting the bigger new system that he's putting in. But yeah. And he also has a payment option one, and it's available on the site that you can check it out. So, but the Delta Pro, the 2 Delta Pros with 4 batteries, that's the one that's $13,900, and it has the connecting hub and everything. It's the big boy. He's ran his house off on a couple times, testing it for a weekend. But all right, so that's out there for those that are looking on that. But thank you, Lori. Shani just came. Did Shani just come in? Hi, Shani. I missed you. Where are you? There you are. All right. So let me go ahead and drop that back down. So I don't need that up there. So one of the things you can do when you're thinking about this type of situation, this is a scenario where you're not totally isolated from power. You can go someplace where they have power. You can do your banking. You can do your shopping. And you come home again. But you're taking care of your house and stuff. This is one of those times you need to have a plan written down in a book somewhere, in a binder with other plans for wildfires, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, whatever. You have all those plans for what's going on. You have one for power outage. And you plan your plan to be expandable. But you have the basic of that plan for at least 6 to 8 weeks. If it's doesn't last 6 to 8 weeks and it only lasts a week, boom, no, you're great, you're covered. You're planned, you're all ready to go for the long term, and it's like, froze, and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, it's over. Yay, we survived. Absolutely okay. Yeah. They're not fantasy. They are informational fiction books. Everything in it can happen is based on possibilities and government probabilities of what I used to write plans for the government. Yeah, there is an alternate, like some of the systems that Ben is selling and you can get, they come with a wall charger. And like for me, what I want to get the one that he has, if I can get it without the wife killing me, is it's about $2,400 when I want to get. It's the unit with an expansion battery, comes to the wall charger. And what I would do is I would plug it in to a timer. So for me, it would come on, it would start charging the unit at 11 o'clock at night and turn off at 8 o'clock in the morning. Those hours are the super, super cheap rates for the plan that we're on. And during the day, and then I would have plugged into it the refrigerator, the freezer, and my computers. Take all the big energy draw things in the house that I'm using, plug it into that. And just normally it would probably pay for itself in a couple of years, just on the fact that I'm saving money against what's going on with the power here. But see, that way it's ready to go. If the power goes out and I get notified it's going to be a long time, well, that gives me, I got about 3 days worth of operating on that system to set up my solar panels. And I got 21 100-watt solar panels sitting in the cargo container, and I've got 15-watt panels sitting in the cargo container. And I got all the connections. I just need to start plugging it all back in together, and just lay it out there and just let it power me or build up power. Just getting an ad. Oh, geez. All right, let's check on the thing. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, you're not allowed to get off the grid. Now, here's what. Let me go. Hang on. Let me pull it up. What Ben's doing here, we're allowed to get off the grid, but what he's doing is he's leaving the house hooked up to the grid, but he's installed a transfer switch, and he's just pulling the transfer switch. And so the house is still hooked up to the grid, but he's not using it. Okay, my mini power station, when needed, I will go down to the parking lot with the solar panels and charge it up. Yeah. Yeah, California is getting to the point where they don't want you doing solar unless you're tied into it, where the power company can turn off your solar if they want to turn off your solar. That's not what they're saying, but that's what it is. They want they didn't have control over it, so that when we got to turn off your street to work on something, they can turn off everybody's solar so they're not feeding power back into the grid. But they don't want you to get total standalone either, because that causes the power companies to lose money. Yeah, they're robbing everybody blind. But anyways, let me get off that high horse. So things you can do. Okay, I'm just thinking, or trying to remember who it was talking about the antifreeze in the RV antifreeze that you can use to keep the toilet bowls from freezing and stuff like that. One of the other things you can do is propane, like CR said, propane backup heat. Now, when you're using propane backup heat, like with the Mr. Buddies and stuff, you do not want to keep the house at 71 degrees or 69 degrees. You're keeping the house at 40 degrees, maybe up to 45. You're trying to keep the house from getting too cold in the wintertime. All right. Boom. So those are the Delta EcoFlow. And so you basically what you're using the propane for is to heat certain areas of the house. If you have multiple bedrooms, and I froze. If you have multiple bedrooms and multiple people, it's like, guess what, people? We're camping. We're closing off this room, this room, this room. Get your stuff out of there. Or you go in there, you close the door while you're in there, you change your clothes, change your clothes, and then get back out. And you set up. You can set tents up in the living room, dining room, wherever. That way, everybody's in a central location and sharing body heat, and that Mr. Heater's heating that area up. And the only rooms that aren't being occupied all the time that might be kept warm would be the bathrooms, or at least the door open so they're picking up some of the heat. But you close off the extra bedrooms and stuff so you're conserving the heat without power to be, because without power your furnace isn't going to be running. Now, if you have natural gas and your power is out, you can, if you have a power source, a generator, a power station or something, you can get in there and hook a plug system, disconnect it from the breaker, hook a plug to it, and plug in to your alternative power to keep your furnace going. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to get done here, but I'm trying to get the shop insulated first here. But it's on my projects this winter is to get the transfer switch and a plug set up for my furnace So if the power goes out, I can just take one of my power stations in there, plug it in, and I'm good. And welcome, Devil Dog Prepper. Prep for Eternity Homestead. Hey, Brother Donnie, how's it going? Did I miss anybody else sneaking in here? I don't think so. Looks like I see everybody else. So there's there are things to do, but you need to think about it ahead of time. Write down your plans so you know what to do as things progress. Now, problems. Medications that need to be refrigerated. Well, if it's in the middle of winter and the temperatures outside are colder than the temperatures in your refrigerator or close to it, you get an ice chest, you put your stuff in there, and you set that outside where it stays nice and cold. Same thing with all your food and stuff you have in there. If it's colder outside than it is in the refrigerator, but it's not freezing, put stuff in an ice chest, put it outside where the natural weather will keep your stuff cold, and food, like it's in the refrigerator where you can use it. Okay, just double checking the thing here. Okay, there we go. Tennessee Tactical One. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going? Okay, he had a 3-day outage in 2019. Kept the one room blocked off with candles and the door covered with a moving pad. It was 54 in there compared to 43 for the rest of the house. Exactly what I'm talking about. You don't have to have it up in the high 60s or low 70s unless you have a medical condition for that. Now with me, I have 3 bulging discs, 2 protruding discs, and when it's cold, I can lock up. So what it means is I'm going to bed wearing 2 pairs of long johns and some other stuff to try to keep me warm, and I will have the Mr. Buddy heater on its lowest setting, trying to keep the bedroom warm for me. Yeah. Where to go? What do I... Yeah, another good option there. So, but the other thing to consider, I guess I'm doing it now in the wintertime, and I got to dance around this so I don't get in trouble. I received some information that I can't talk about due to the non-disclosure, and I was told I couldn't talk about it specifically. I'm not talking about it specifically, people. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But okay, I'll get to this in a second. The information is that the certain group that provided me the information that they weren't supposed to provide me because I'm on their old email list is looking at a possible event happening sometime after Santa Claus visits. So you got time. This is not fear porn. This is time to, this is a possibility, huh? Well, I better check my plan, check my supplies, make sure I have stuff and do it. Donnie, yes, I have my Mr. Buddy in here. When I hook it up, it's hooked up to a 30-pound bottle. I got 4 30-pound bottles. I have 3 20-pound bottles. And I bought last year, and I haven't filled it up yet. I got to take it down here and get it filled up, a 100-pound bottle. But that'll be out in the shop for my working out there. The 30-pound bottle back in here with the wood-burning stove going on in the house, in the living room, kept this back room back here tolerable on one bottle for about 2 months. 2 months, maybe 2.5 months. So, I got 2 Mr. Buddies, one in here in the office, one back in the master bath, because I cannot take showers below a certain temperature. Otherwise, I will be my back will lock up and I will need to go to a chiropractor and get popped loose. I see you've heard some of the rumors too. Now, the Mr. Heaters I have, I'm looking for that one again, from Jeremy about the ventilation. I have carbon monoxide detectors in here, and it never went off. It's, of course, the Mr. Buddy heater has a this has that ceramic thing, so it doesn't produce the carbon monoxide. It'll produce carbon dioxide a little, but it won't produce carbon monoxide. And with the Jack and Jill bathroom right here, and I can see the fan, the ceiling fan there. Heat rises and actually goes over there and it goes up, because when I go outside and there's snow on the roof, it's always melting around the bathroom fans, even though they're not on, because the heat just naturally goes through that area. So there is an airflow through there. And plus, I've never seen a house built before 2000 that is 100% airtight. All right, let's go down and catch back up on the chat here. That depends on not worldwide. It depends on how the delivery system is impacted, whether it dominoes to other delivery systems. I'm trying to be cryptic about it without getting myself in trouble, but still providing you with the information. So read between the lines. Yep, that's one thing you can do, rechargeable hand warmers. 2 fireplaces and cook off. Okay, good. Scroll on down here. Yep, exactly. Plus, during the wintertime, it's a good time to get some sort of exercise equipment in the house where you can exercise. And if you have a power outage and you can able to keep working and exercising and doing everything, you're producing more heat, more calories. Yeah, and stretch too. Dr. Paula would say stretch too. Yeah. Oh, and if you, all right, you want a Mr. Buddy. When I was at Costco a week ago, they had the Mr. Buddy kit with the Mr. Buddy, the 5-foot hose, 10-foot hose, and the inline filter for $76, less than 80, more than 70 in there. And I have 2 here. My wife has 2 in California, and they got about 10 5-gallon propane tanks there. But yeah, the Buddy does have a oxygen sensor, so that the oxygen level drops too low, it shuts off. So, Gunslinger Outdoors has used the Mr. Buddy Intense repeatedly, and he was the one that gave me the idea of putting the. Let's see if I can move my thing here, so it's going to get a little weird, folks. Earthquake! That little fan, which I have, which sets up on that. Come on, work here. That little, I got aluminum plate on top. The little plate that heats up, and that fan sits up on it, and so it blows and circulates the air in the. Come on, there we go. Circulates the air in the room for the heater. And also, Sean in Alaska was in his camper, his pickup camper thing he had set up there. Or was it a camper trailer? I think it was the pickup camper the first year, and camper trailer later on. He had the Mr. Buddy going inside there all winter long for a couple of years. So, all right, let's see here. Yep. Okay. So Brother Donnie's used them. And there's a lot of channels that use them in their hunting blinds. And you're in kind of an enclosed place with several other guys there, and you got that thing heating up. So yeah, ice cleats, yeah. Okay. Can someone tell me a good indoor cooking system from when the power goes off? Tried and true, durable. Where I set up a kitchen. Family of 5 here, grilled outside in the snow, it gets cold. Okay. There are some propane stovetops, and in fact, I don't know if I did it on this channel or Camp Patton. I got a real nice one that works just like a regular stove, and but it's a countertop thing. You set it on a countertop, hose down to the propane tank, and you can cook indoors just like you would on a stovetop. Just like your normal natural gas stovetop, but it's propane. Ginger Ninja's in the house. Hello. So there's that. There are some of the more elaborate jet boil. Some of the other ones where you heat the water up and then and the jet boil actually has a frying pan for one of its expansion packs. It uses the butane, propane, isopropyl, fuel, which is supposed to be very clean burning, because they have that stuff for little heaters for inside tents for backpackers and stuff, so they don't kill themselves. So there are some things. So you think your natural gas stove runs in the house. You cook on it, cook the oven, and everything else. It doesn't put off that much carbon dioxide. Really, otherwise they would have stopped the use of them decades and decades and decades ago. Yeah, that's the other thing too. The fondue, the sterno cans, gelled alcohol. It burns very clean, and you can just open it, crack a window near where you're cooking, so it gets air and stuff. Okay, essential oils are good to have on stock. Let's see here. 5 1-pound bottles. Okay. Sean used to keep young chickens warm inside the camp until they're big enough to go into the coop. Yes. I remember him talking about that. That's why. All right, look at my background here. It's a Airstream travel trailer. And if you have one of the travel trailers that's set up for cold weather, it keeps you so much warmer as well. Star Homestead India is in the house. Okay, so I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to step over here, grab that, bring it over here to show you what I did for this one here. So hang on a second. All right. So there's the fan. Okay, so this is my Mr. Heater. And let me take that comment down so everything shows a little bit better here. So what I did with my Mr. Heater, I got this aluminum plate off of Amazon. 1/8 inch, 4-inch by 8-inch aluminum plate. Try to hold it up right. The bolt head is under there because it bounces between the different things to keep it absolutely level. Let me see if I can do this here. Okay, so you can still see the bolt plate a little bit there. Okay, so I just set this on there like that. Let me pick it up. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. So it just sits up here like that. And as the heat from the ceramic catalyst there as it burns, the propane heats up that plate. This fan has the electrical induction system in it, so it heats up. All of a sudden it starts turning, and it starts blowing the air around. So let me go put this back. And actually, I did a video on Camp Patent Family Compound, how I put this together. All right. And so I don't know if you saw the filter on the side of that, but it came with the 5-foot hose, so it screws into the propane tank. And this is your standard little green 1-pound bottle fitting that fits into it. And the filter is for people that get non-Mr. Buddy heater brand hoses. They want a longer hose on it, because these hoses are manufactured than a lot of the cheaper ones. And the cheaper ones, with the propane going through it, begins to break down because they use oil for the lubricating process in manufacturing the hoses, and it causes the hoses to break down over time. So that's for staying. Yeah, so that's one way of staying warm. I'm way behind on the chat here, guys. Let me catch up here. Yeah. Walmart has the Ozark Trails 2-burner cheap propane stove. I mean, it's cheap. It's a 2-burner one, individual controls, hooks up to the 1-pound bottle or to a tank using that type system. Yeah, I got the little canned heat top where I can do that as well. Let's see, my brother. Yeah. My wife, back when we first got married 35 years ago, was in the Army. She had MREs. They would go do some deployments and stuff, and they tell them, they do some special weekend training stuff, and they tell them, if you didn't eat it, take it home. We don't want to see those MREs again. So she took it home, but in my government work, the MRE back, no. No. Where I was working at, within a week of my getting there, we had 2 generators ran on propane. We had 3 stovetops that ran on propane. And then we had a specific hot water heater, a 5-gallon hot water heater for making hot water for instant coffee that ran on propane. Yeah, we had some MRE stored down in the basement if the event lasted longer than 90 days. Never used them. You just need to have lights, and lights. Whatever you do for lights, whether it's a battery, whether it's a propane lantern, whether it's an oil lamp, oil lantern, whatever. Having other light sources as well, even candles. But I'm going to say this right now: candles. I hate taper candles, the long, skinny candles for light. They're unsafe. I like those big old block ones you can get at Walmart that have like 4 or 5 wicks in it. You can't knock them over, and they provided a lot of light. Exactly. Even when we make pizza with it, Cat Made Outdoor, they're the good ones there. I'm trying to catch up here, guys. get a heavy duty metal bucket of yes. You can get a big wash tub, metal wash tub, from Home Depot or Lowe's. You got to look in the back to find it. Usually about all of them have them in stock, one or two of them. You even have the small metal 5-gallon buckets and the 10-gallon buckets, metal trash can ones. You get one of those and you put the rocks in there and bring it in. However, you want to have a couple stepping stones to set that on so it doesn't melt your carpet. Extra thick socks, yes. I'm just trying to catch up here, guys. All right, good stuff going. I hope everybody's reading. I'm just trying to catch up on myself here. Yeah, the problem with a rocket stove, you got to use that outside or on a balcony where it's got fresh, it's not, going to catch anything on fire, and it's going to keep the smoke and everything out of the house. No, I haven't, but I have bought a couple of pre-made alcohol burners. That's my last step. Before I go to the alcohol burners, I will fire up my wood burning stove. Yes, I finally got the wood furnace, but I still got the wood burning stove. I got firewood outside. I got a bunch of trees I can cut down. Oh, and that's the other thing too. I just saw something that mentioned here, gave me totally off, brought me around to something else. You don't have to have hot foods all the time. A can of chili is already cooked. All you're doing on the stove is heating it back up. A can of soup is already cooked. All you're doing is heating it back up. You don't have to get it till it boils to say, okay, now it's cooked. No, it's cooked. You just need to heat it up enough to eat to where you can tolerate it, or you can eat it cold. Okay. Yes, there are several different types of chemicals. One is with the iron shavings, and you can add water to them, and another chemical in it. There is the there is one. I'm trying to remember the sodium something or other. Basically, they got to store this. It's a metal. They store it in oil, so oxygen doesn't get to it. There was at one time they were selling it in an oil encased little like a rubberized plastic come on, like a gel cap, okay, but a bigger. And what you do is you could put that in you're supposed to put that in the bag with the other stuff in there and a little water to it. Then you take the bag and you break that open, and it really heats everything up really quick. I think it was a little too dangerous, and it got pulled from the market. Okay, there we go. Okay, everyone talking here. Yeah, and unfortunately, I can't pull that. Wait a minute. Let me work around it. I'm trying to work around this real quick, fellas. Give me a chance here, ladies and stuff. And let me see if I can get here to this. I'm going to see if I can bring that up on this other thing here. There we go. There we go. Now if I catch the chat before that, go back to that. We're on the chat wherever that's at. That's at what time? What's the time frame on this? 8:47. So that ought to be right about there. And This is what that link is for that Suzanne put out there. So that's 220 right now. So there's all your different pieces and stuff. You can cook out on the patio or something, and but do not use this in the house, because basically it has the charcoal there, which puts off a lot of carbon monoxide. Do not use a hibachi inside the house. Let's see if I can catch up here now. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Make sure I don't miss anybody else here as I catch back up on the chat here. Oh, one of the things, candles over on Patent Family Compound. I took a thing of Crisco, which is really bad for your arteries, but it's great for making it's a candle out of. You take just a taper candle, and this is the only place you use taper candles. Take a taper candle, cut it to length, stick like 3 or 4 of them down inside of that, light them up. When the wax burns down to the Crisco, it starts burning the Crisco. And you basically have like a 3-day candle. And if you have enough wicks in there, you can put a little stand over it and cook on it. Let's see here. Trying to catch up here, guys. No, I just need to stop it. I stopped it, and when I was talking about something and things, because there were so many good things going by, I wanted to comment on. I didn't want to just let it go by. Dutch oven cooking was a favorite of my scout troop, because they could set it all, break for lunch or dinner, have it all prepped beforehand, ready to go from the meal before. And they come into camp, light it up, get it going, put the ingredients in it, put the lid on it, count out the number of briquettes on top, get it all going, and then go fishing for a little bit, for half an hour, 45 minutes. Come back and it's done. Not really. Not like no more than any other oil-based lamp smells. When I was testing it out there, it was like, it wasn't offensive. And like, sorry, who said it? Someone said about getting essential oils. You can get like some peppermint essential oil or cinnamon or something, mix it into the Crisco, and it should, and depending on how you do it and the type of oil you're using, it may, sometimes it doesn't, pick up the aromatics of the scented oil or the cinnamon or whatever it is you're doing. You don't want to use chili powder. You don't want to put capsaicin in there. We built a And one of the things to consider, almost forgot, if you're cooking outside and you go outside and it's like, oh man, it's cold, the wind's raining and stuff. Pop-up shelters. Those are those 10 by 10. You take out and it pops up, and you can get the sides for them. So once you pop it up, you go inside, click, 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 and it comes in 2 halves that encapsulate it, zipper down the one side, and you can keep the other side back open towards the house, open a little bit, so you can go in and out. And if you get the one that has the vented top on it, which is even better, you can cook in those things. Oh, I just got an ad over here for Flex Super Glue. And it's it was like a 15-second ad. There it goes. It's gone. Okay, but yeah, the pop-ups are there are different type pop-ups and sizes. There's just a solid top one, and when you hang them, you got a little air vent around the side, air gap. There's some that actually have a vent made with a vent on top, so everything goes out. There's 10 by 10. I wouldn't use an 8 by 8. That's a little small. They have 10 by 10, 12 by 12s, and then they go for like 10 by 15s. And there are other ways you can set up even the carport one. Set one of those up right outside your back door, and you got an outdoor cooking area that you can cook in. Yeah, see our Flex Seal super glue. It's a flexible super glue. Hey, Purple One. Flex super glue or my wife's home. Oh, Purple 101. Oh, I'm glad you never posted any of those comments when my wife was here. If I started laughing like that on it, she'd come here and find out what it was, and then she would have smacked me, and then she'd, hunt you down, sent word out to her friends in your area. Okay, my deck partition divides itself. Looks like side. Okay, let's see here. All right, so back up on that. Okay, let me see if I can pull something up on here. Go back up here. Something that you might want. I've talked about. I showed it once before, but I'm going to try to find it here again. Okay, camping. Did I put it in the camping folder? Yep, there it is. So let me open that there. This is probably one of the neat ones here that you can use to help you get through. This is that it has that the isobutane propane can there, and isobutane. Do not show prior tracking. Again, stupid Bing. Keep turning that thing off. Okay, but this thing is quicker than Jetboil. Same principle, cheaper than Jetboil. Right now they're out of stock. They say they don't know when they will get it back in later on. But here's the 1.4 version over here for $69. Our Scout Troop has several of these, and they absolutely love them better than Jetboil, because the Jetboil ones we got cost 50% more and didn't have the bezel lighter on it. The bezel's the push to ignite. No, I can't. Other than be prepared, and other than what is this topic tonight? That's about it. Is get a plan, make a plan for a power outage. Thing is though, there was things going of possibilities, but it was also possibility it may not materialize at all. And I'm of the opinion is you prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and don't gripe when it doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen, count your stars lucky and prep for the next possible thing that could happen in your area. Yeah, there are other brands that like the Wild Wind here is similar to Jetboil, Kaylin. There are some other ones there. All right, for those that really need it, Jetboil does make a French press coffee maker. I don't have to worry about it. I don't drink coffee, but I do drink water. Yeah. So the thing is, though, things don't always happen. Power outages don't always happen in the winter. Sometimes they happen in the springtime when things are starting to warm up and the winds pick up. And things happen and power lines come down and stuff like that. And sometimes they happen in the summertime, especially in California, where everybody's using their AC and overloads the system and burn out transformers. And so, this is not just for a winter, but since the time frame they gave me was possibly that time frame, that's why I'm doing it now. I'll probably do some other informational short videos off on the side as well. Let's see. Yeah, when it's hot enough to fry an egg on the sidewalk, and if you put your cast iron outside, you can fry a steak in 2 minutes. Well done. So there are, the main thing I want people to consider is sit down, take a notebook, big notebook, small notebook, whatever. Start writing out, okay, if the power is out for 1 week, how is that going to affect me? How is that going to, what do I have to do to deal with it under condition A, condition B, condition C? Condition A, middle of the winter, it's below freezing outside. Condition B, it's cold outside, not freezing, but it's colder than what, and I froze it, colder than what the refrigerator is. C, it's 54 degrees outside, and the power goes out, and you have your time frame. Is it out for a week? Is it out for 2 weeks? Is it out for 3 weeks? And each one of those, take a page and write down all the possibilities. And if you're by yourself, but you have some other friends, talk to them, get together and have a little chat on, okay, what are we individually, what are you guys going to do if the power's out for 2 weeks? And go through things like that. Okay. Yeah. We're actually getting, hang on, let me look at it here. So we have tomorrow, Sunday, partly sunny, then Sunday night, chance of rain. Monday, 60% likely showers. Monday, a slight chance of showers, then cloudy. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Tuesday night, as it gets in, it starts the clouds start coming in. Possible showers after midnight. Wednesday, chance of showers, 40%. Wednesday night, 40%. Thursday, Thursday says chance of rain and snow showers before 9 a.m. on Thursday. Thursday night, chance of rain and snow showers. Friday, chance of rain and snow showers. Friday night, chance of rain and snow showers. Saturday, chance of rain and snow showers. Highs near 45, 47, 50. Lows are down in the 30, 28, 30. So yeah, that's what comes from the NOAA weather for us here. So that's what I got looking forward to here. Moon over Miami, how you doing? Now, just make sure you have as your alternative, you have multiple alternatives. Well, for the last 2 years, I've heated the house on wood. That's it. I still got I got wood, cut down a bunch more wood this year. So I got wood. I got natural gas into the house now. I got propane. I got options. All I got to do is keep, and the house is unique. It's been heating up to 75 in here when outside that temperature got up to 69, but inside the house it heated up to 75. So that helps during the wintertime. All right. Propane space heaters, not enough wood. Used to hate it because Hebrews would never order enough wood in advance. Yeah. Yeah, that's what, last year I ordered a little extra wood, and that polar vortex that came down with the minus 28 degrees here, sucked up a lot of wood for that month. Yes, 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 yes. If you're canning and there's an open space in there, fill a jar full of water, put it in there. Rebel Canners, Tammy over at Rebel Canners, put out she being a nurse, she put out a recipe for canning home canned saline solution. Okay. All right, Moon. See if I can catch back up here now. This Friday, a high finally dips below. Yeah. Yeah, it's finally coming. Winter is finally coming. How long does kerosene keep? Longer than diesel fuel because there's no additives in it. I have a 55-gallon drum of kerosene out in the shop. It's still good. I bought it. $97. So hey, you're looking over 25 years, and the kerosene is still good. I still use it. I even use it in my tractor when it gets really cold. I will put, for every gallon I put in my tractor, I will put a pint of the kerosene in the fuel as well. Because basically, kerosene is #1 diesel fuel. And I did a whole thing on that. If you go down into the description, I believe it's down in the description here. Let me take a look, make sure. Okay, that's interesting. It looks like I'm frozen on YouTube. Or is it just here I'm frozen at? Okay, let me look on this one over here. Nope, it's not here on this one. Okay, on Camp Patton Family Compound, in the description of any of those videos, there's a link there to my emergency fuels for oil lanterns in there. And I show that barrel and I talk about it. But yeah. Video's glitchy and still moving. Okay, on this one I'm moving fine. This one I'm still frozen at up over here. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. But I'm going to type test in the chat on this one. Chat's working fine, but the yeah, it's okay, it's working fine there. If I take it back up to the current, I think this computer is getting old and tired. Hey Chipper, how's it going? Yeah, I think this one here, the last update that got forced on it by Bill Gates, this computer over here has been acting weird, and just totally, it doesn't like YouTube anymore on that computer. Okay. Love cold brew and cold coffee. Cool. Means no bail money needed. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Skinner Farms is in the house. Prepping to endure. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah. So like I've mentioned several times before here now, write down everything you can, you think might happen to you, ways you can compensate for that. Have a plan. That plan should cover, 48 hours, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. You never can tell when something is going in an area is going to get totally jacked up. But like I said, with this situation here, scenario here is, yeah, your neighborhood area, wherever around you, going out of ways is without power, but you go 20 miles away or 20 minutes away, and you're where all the power is working, banks working, grocery stores are working, gas stations are working. So that's what it is, because the power outage isn't necessarily going to affect everybody. Like with old school prepper, they were without power, but town had power, and she was without power for a month or so, I think. And take a look at that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how long ago Rebel Canners did the recipe for making the saline solution if you have an empty spot in your canner to can saline solution. All right, I'll go over here. I covered that. Let me open this one up just to show you this one. I do not drink coffee, but we have a smaller version of this. Come on. There we go. A smaller version of this 36 cup coffee boiler design. And so, yeah, this is the 36 cup. They got a 20 cup. This is $54 if you really love your coffee. Like Darren from down there in Australia, he'd probably want 2 of these. But yeah, there are things to get. And now that camping season is over, there's a lot of stuff on sale. Shoot, it was several weeks back. My wife picked up at Walmart. I think it was Walmart. Maybe it was Home Depot. I mean, maybe it was Sam's Club. A 10-foot by 20-foot, 8-person tent that would have had dividers to make it into 3 separate rooms inside. $50. $50 you got that for. And so yeah, there's there are when the summer season ends, a lot of camping gear goes on sale. And what is camping gear? Emergency preparedness gear. Exactly. Because something like this, you heat hot water, and it's like, okay, time for the Mountain House Chili Mac. Open it up, hot water. There you go. You're good to go. So there are we've talked. I mean, there's so many other things we can go over here. Solar powered battery chargers. Let's see if I can find that for you here real quick. Where did I put that? I'm trying to reorganize my wish list to make some stuff more friendly to find. And I think that was down here. Nope, not in that one. I'm reorganizing my list, so I'm trying to figure out and find stuff. Nope, not in that one. Shoot. Basically, there's some solar powered. Can I put it under electrical? No, that's just for electrical hookups and stuff. Let me check Gray Man Prepping. Yes, I have a wish list for Gray Man Prepping. Most of it's for stuff I'm going to be giving away during the giveaways and stuff, which I have another giveaway coming up here soon. Nope, it's not in there. But they have several solar powered ones. And the one I have in there will recharge 18 AA or AAA batteries. Well, this thing here takes 3 AAA batteries, and the other one is really bright. And of course, if you happen to have the work lights outside, walkway lights outside, that charge up during the daytime, rather than leaving them outside because someone's going to steal them, you bring them inside and you have light at night. Yes, there are some solar floodlights as well. Actually, shoot, where did I put that? Oh, was that under basalt? Open that up to show you guys that here in a second here. Oh, what the heck? Gloves, all sorts of wool gloves, fingerless gloves, the mittens, all sorts of fun stuff like that. And the prices, you know, something to think about getting. And go there. I'll find if they got the other stuff in here. That's a plug-in one. Where is the other one? Shoot. Because Ben Gilmore at Minuteman Prep had this up and showed it. And oh, there's one to show you guys. Bring that up here in a second. That was a ways back. So basically it was a solar powered light that would light up your entire front yard and driveway and everything else. And I know I saved it to one of the folders, but I just can't find it. Okay, so what do we got here? All right, one of the things I was talking about, you can get, this is the 10 by 10. You can get the sides to it. And if you get the sides all around it, the triangle area up here stays open. You can get that where that's open, or you get that enclosed. And that's one of the ones that's made to be out there for a little bit higher winds. All right. Here you go. Mr. Heater, vent free, 10,000 BTU, blue front flame heater, $139. It's 28% off right now. And is that the one with the automatic low oxygen shutoff system on it? So anyways, so that one, and what was the last one here? Yeah, I covered that. Covered that one, covered that one. Okay. So yeah, there are things you can do to help. And see, I was right. Blackout curtains. My wife got some blackout curtains for us. Not so much for blackout, but because they were thick insulated ones, and they help for insulating the windows for heat loss. Yeah. There are different ways you can set up to cook outside, even in the winter and stuff. A 10 by 20, if you have a back door where you can back that 10 by 20 right up to the door, and you get some 5-gallon buckets of dirt to strap it down, hold it in, put the sides on it. You can set up a cook area out there at the far end and a picnic table or whatever in there. Yeah, it's going to be kind of chilly out there, but you're cooking out there. If you're protected mainly from the wind and some other things too. Yes. Containers to get out of the water, because even though you got water 20 miles away, you should, unless you're on well water, you should still have water supply. If you're on well water, you might want to consider doing what Old School Prepper did. And somebody else just talked about theirs too. Oh, Ben Gilmore talked about his. He has both the electric pump and a hand pump. And so does the Old School Prepper. Martha has both those, and she used those when the power was out for a month for her. And they gathered rainwater. And so there are, you got to think outside the books. Yeah, black plastic blocks light and absorbs heat. You can also get black plastic, like for that 10 by 10 or 10 by 20 Logitech shelter thing, and just put the black plastic over as well, so that it absorbs heat and radiates inside for your eating area as well. Yes, there are solar power backup. In fact, Ben at his cabin up here in the hills, his his um his pump is a solar powered well pump, but he also has a hand pump because he had a problem where somebody was up there and they backed into his solar panels and broke the thing, and he had some problems up there and had to go up and fix it, and he had no water because he had to disconnect his solar panels to straighten everything out, and he needed water, so he had the hand pump. Exactly, CR. Have options. And that's the main thing I'm trying to get across. Have a plan with optional scenarios of what you can do, what could happen to you, and how you're going to overcome different things that could happen. Are you going to lose? Is it going to be so cold that your wood burning stove or whatever you have isn't going to be able to heat everything? Do you need to worry about water pipes freezing? Are your water pipes in exterior walls in certain rooms? I'm lucky. There are no water pipes in any external walls in this house. Everything goes straight down through the floor and into the area under the floor there where they got insulation batting up around all the water pipes and stuff. Yeah. And like for the summer, keeping the summer heat out, if the power goes out in the summer, Mylar blankets reflect. The bubble stuff that they use for to make the for the cars to go across your windshield, the ones that are all silver, hang those in the window. It reflects the sun away too. Yeah, security at night. That's why you want to have. You don't want to be showing a lot of light. If all your neighbors, you can see, go look at your neighbor's house, you can see a candle burning in a room or something like that, where you can tell, oh, they got candles. They don't have a lot of light, and everybody else on the block has it. You want to blend in. You have one room where you have a candle in there, and they go, okay, there's someone here in this house. It's not abandoned. So there may be a time you don't want to totally black out your house. All right, Laurie, have a good night. This is where it gets tricky. I got 6 windows on the front of the house. I put brand new aluminum blinds in it. And when I close them up at night, they really, retain a little bit more heat. During the daytime, when the sun's shining on those, if I go over and I feel it and they're a little warm, I will go and open them so that the blinds are aimed right at the sun. So you get maximum light coming through during the daytime right now, and it hits the floor. And I go walk on that floor about 10 minutes later, barefoot. It's like, ooh, this is nice and warm. So on sunny days, no, I wouldn't totally block out sunny windows if I wanted it to warm up. Even though the temperature could be down in the 30s and the 20s and even the teens, but if the sun comes out, and it happens up here where the sun's out, oh, it's going to be a nice warm day. No, it's not. Temperature's dropping because there's no cloud cover to keep the heat in. I will open up the blinds on the windows so the sunlight comes in and heats up the inside of the house. So, but if it's cloud cover, you're not going to get that direct sunlight. But if you have black plastic in the window, what sun does hit it, it heats up a little. It heats up a little bit and gives you a little extra heat that way. Red light comes in handy at night, yes. So if you're on, good point. If you're on backup electrical energy, whether it's a generator, which you really don't want to run much when everybody's out. I'll talk about generators in a second. Someone remind me, generators. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? Or if you're on a power station, solar powered power station, you want to use, and you're using it to light stuff up, you might want to plan now to get some LED red lights, little LED party red lights. So you can have red light in there. So the red light doesn't show much, it doesn't illuminate your house like white light does. And it gives you better night vision when you go outside as well. All right, let's see what else did I miss there real quick. I don't know if you get them that are, oh, you can get Mylar blankets that are black on one side, silver on the other. Very good. That would be interesting to have for that. Have to look that up so I can add it to my list. When you're storing water in an apartment, do not use milk jugs. Do not use juice containers. Use a manufactured container for that. And if your manufacturer's containers leaked, I would be contacting him and screaming holy heck, saying, hey, your product is garbage. Just hey, I'm going to do a video on it if you don't replace these with good ones. Oh, yes, heated fleece pads. Yes, we have those. The problem is they suck up the electricity. But if you have enough electricity, if you have solar and you have the power stations, you have enough to keep you going. That's one way to keep you warm without heating up the whole house. Okay. The problem is with most of the water bottles, like the gallon water bottles, the plastic's not made for long-term storage. And I'm not sure if they've corrected it. I haven't heard that they have corrected it. It does leach a chemical out into the water after, it's always leaching the chemical out. But the chemical builds up, and after like 3-4 months, it's getting nasty. Okay, generators. Hey, Holistic Heritage Homestead, welcome. Generators. If you have a gasoline, propane, or natural gas powered generator, your number one threat to you is the noise it makes. You need to build in advance a quiet box. There are several videos here on YouTube where people have taken one of those little short, 5 foot tall lean-to garden, when you open the doors up for parking your lawnmower in, putting some buckets and garden tools in, a little angle inside the house, where they've taken those, put insulation in there, the foam board, polyurethane insulation panels to insulate it, put in a special muffler on it, make it just hard at the auto parts store, and they did all this stuff. The video, check out some of those videos on it. And hey, Susanna, how you doing? And so you can make these quiet boxes where it makes the generator really quiet, and you run the exhaust out separate on it. So if it's in your backyard, all you hear is a, and you really don't know what's going on. And some guys have really put double or triple layer of the insulation inside of it and really went all out on it. So you can be standing next to it. It's like, is that thing running? But there are ways to quiet that. Now, if you have one of the inverter generators, they're even quieter to begin with. And you put one of those in a quiet box, boom, really quiet. And if you have the multi-fuel ones, where it's either gas or propane, or gas, propane, natural gas, or propane, natural gas, have multiple fuels for it. If you have one that has gasoline, propane, or gasoline, propane, and natural gas, sorry, my nose is itching. Don't fill up the gas tank. Leave the gas tank dry. Because you're going to run it on you're going to try to run it on the others first, and scrounge for gasoline later. And it's $6 a gallon sometimes, or $8 a gallon if it gets to that. You don't want to be burning gasoline. You want to be using propane. Propane does not go bad when you store it either. So there, yeah, I'm doing okay. For those that haven't been following the other videos or have been, I got the 90 sheets of 7/16. That's almost half an inch. OSB, the 4 foot by 8 foot sheets, 90 of them delivered this morning. Been working out there, stacking them, moving around so I can still back the truck into the garage if I have to, and I can get the tractor back in so I can warm it up for when the snow comes and I can get it out. And I'm going to be, I got a bundles of insulation, so I'm going to start insulating the walls and getting the OSB up, cutting out the holes for the electrical, getting all that done. And it should take me about a month and a half. Well, actually, probably a little bit longer because I got to redo all the lighting in there because it was a totally screwed up job. And so that's what I've been doing. Yeah, the dual fuel inverters they're pretty quiet, aren't they? And so the Dean, is yours gasoline and propane? If it is, run it out of gasoline if you haven't been running it and running the fuel through it. You really don't want to store those. I was talking to a small engine mechanic here. He says, like my lawnmowers and all those things, he says run them out of fuel and push them into the garage for the winter. Because a lot of them now have plastic carburetors. Yeah, that's what YouTube is putting commercials on, putting ads on live streams now. And come November, they're taking away our options to change that up on when they come in. Look. All right, CR, take care. Good. All right, it's empty right now. Good. Yeah, that's what it is. I got since he told me that, I've been running my my tri-fuel, and I'll run it for a little bit and turn it off and run it a little bit, and trying to get that fuel tank empty. So there are options for power. There are options for getting along totally without power, like my grandmother grew up with. Oil lamps, outdoor toilet, and hand pump. Hand pump. They finally put a well in part of the house where they pump water into the house back in 1900s or so. But when she was first born, they didn't have water in the house. All right, read on some of the motors will take ethanol up to 80 E85. Others won't take ethanol at all. They'll all take no ethanol at all, fuel, but some will take certain amounts. Others will not stand any bit of ethanol in them for the gasoline. If you have a multi-fuel one, it also takes propane or natural gas. If you have the place to store them and it takes propane, get propane bottles. Fill them up, store them. Propane does not go bad. Okay. Let's see here. They're trying to think who it was. It may have been was Ungrateful Peasant that did it. Changed from the from Staybill to a different one that costs a little bit more, but it's more effective, and you use less of it for each gallon of gas, and they also make it for diesel too. Yes. Let me grab it again. Okay, so this is the hose that makes it work on a propane tank. So this screws on just like your barbecue grills does. This is like the top of your green 1 pound bottles, and this just screws into it. The one I got from Costco, actually the 4 I got from Costco, come with this and come with a filter on it as well. because some people replace the 5-foot one with a 10-foot one or a 15-foot one. And generally those are not made by Mr. Heater, and they're not made to the proper standards, and it starts to break down because they use oil as a lubricant as they run it through the manufacturing process. And that oil, when it hits the propane hits, it can cause the chemical reaction to break down the hoses. Speak of them, Wayne, did you do the one on the fuel stabilizer moving away from stable to another one? If it was you, what was the stabilizer you started using? If it's you. The other thing I do have, guys, we're going to take give me time to run into the kitchen and back. I got something to show you. I'm hurrying. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I also got this neat little tool. So I can turn a propane tank upside down, screw this onto it, screw my green bottle on here, I open it up and it'll fill the green bottle up, close it off, take the green bottle off, and just because I'm anal retentive on certain things, yes, I admit it. Come on, open up here. That's not open up. I bought these. I got 4 of these to screw onto the top, just in case the little O-ring system inside the green bottle starts to leak, and I can seal it off. So I go to use it. Okay, it wasn't you. Okay, it was someone else that was doing. He had used Stable for a long time, and he came across this other type, and he says it works so much better than Stable. But yeah, there it is. That's the brand. Thank you, Chipper. Okay, so where did I get this? I got this off of Amazon. And let me see if I can find. Shoot, I know I still have it in there. I left it in my wish list. Give me a second, folks. Was that on my off-grid wish list? Nope. Oh, yeah, it was. It was on my off-grid wish list. At least some of the stuff was. Let me open that up. And this here, this is a different one than what I got, but I'm going to bring these up here. Okay. So this one here is a 5-cap refillable, currently unavailable. Here's a 12-pack for $15 of these lid things. So you can get the lids. There we go. Here's one that has a different type valve on it for $25. I don't like the press down one. There we go. Here it is, right there. So this is the yep, that's the one I got. And for those that are interested, Control C. That. Yep, so this is the one I purchased in March. Shopping settings. Turn off. Dang it, why do I keep turning that back on? Bill Gates, you suck. I'll say it again. Bill Gates, you suck. And let's see. Sharing Survival. Hey, how you doing? Yes, I was over looking at your channel the other day. Welcome, welcome. And so, yeah, check her out. She's got some cool videos over on her channel. Could somebody put her channel link up so everybody can see it? All right. What else here? So yeah. So if I, like I put this on a 40 pound tank. After I turn it upside down, put it on it, and I can refill all my green bottles. And that way it's easy. If I want to move the heater from here into another room to heat it up for a little bit, I can do it and then move it back in here. Called? There we go. Thank you, Suzanne. There we go. Check her out. Oh, by the way, folks, here on this channel here, we get the right spot here. Where is it? Where is the one I want to get? I guess it's this one here. Go to analytics to see where I'm at right now. Okay, so was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago I did the, or was it 3 weeks ago I did the giveaway? We did a 1,400 subscriber giveaway here. Well, now I'm 43 away from 1,500. And like I said, when I hit 1,500 channel members, for those that are channel members, I'm doing a $150 Amazon gift card giveaway for one channel member. I got the wheel of names to do it on. So where are the lids here? Hang on here. Get back to that one. Find that again. Go backwards on it. There we go. Find one of these ones here. 11 pieces for that. That's 12 pieces there. 15. I'm going to grab this one here. All right. So Control C. That bring it to it? No. Okay. Trying to, you had a big long. Oh, let me go there. I went to the wrong point. Control. It's got a super long thing here. There we go. So the short one will work. For the lids, for the caps, this is the 12 caps for $16, 11% off right now. So yeah, I purchased from the same company, different variation. I got the 4-pack at the time because I just wasn't going to try them out. So this is the 12-pack, and it's yeah, it's less than double of the 4-pack. So this is a real good deal right now. Let's see here. Oh, forgot to enter. There we go. There's the enter. There's the link now. Got to hit enter. All righty. Okay, so there are a lot of things you got to think about for dealing with lack of power. Heat in the wintertime, cool in the summertime, food refrigeration in both, chest freezers in both. Of course, if it's really cold outside, you just put the food outside, like Lori said. There are ways, you got to look at anyway. Start thinking outside of the box. Woohoo! All right, thank you, Dioris. Got his internet connection fixed. Good to go. All righty. Oh, and like Wayne says, cooking fuel. Yeah. What other way? We talked a little bit about it. Ways to cook. We talked about propane. We talked about charcoal briquettes and wood outdoors. We talked about the alcohol stoves. We talked about the isopropic or the isobutane stoves and camping backpacker stoves and stuff. Talked about the big propane, stoves, outdoor camp stoves. I know I'm forgetting some of them right now. Oh, the sterno stoves and stuff like that. Then there are the, you can do the rocket stoves. There are twig stoves. Kaylin has one of the twig stoves, I believe. I'm trying to remember who all has these things. There are a lot of variables on them. Let me go back up to camping here real quick. Camping. Is it in camping? Yes, there it is. Come on, there we go. All right, here's one of those wood stick stoves. I bought this one. It says have one new. So I bought one. It compresses. Comes apart and goes down, compacts back down. You open it back up and do stuff. But you use little sticks and stuff put in there. You can actually use sticks and stuff and drop a charcoal briquette or two in there as well, and you can get a longer fire going. So, fire starters, matches. Do I have it down here? Other things. There's some of the refillable ones you can get as well. So there's different things to think about. For when the power is out. Let's see. Oh, and that's the other thing. If you have a camper trailer, okay, even though Ben Gilmore on his travel trailer put 21 100-watt panels on the roof and hooked it up and had a power station inside. And he's able to run his AC in the middle of the summer at scout camp for the entire week. But if you don't have all that stuff on there, most refrigerators can run on electricity or a propane. Yes, the propane's going through there and doing its thing, but you're using probably more propane than you really want to do that, but it will work for a while. You need to have several extra propane bottles to make that work. All right, Shireen Survival, thank you for coming in. We shouldn't be going too much longer here. Okay, so a 20-pound bottle lasts about 3 weeks on a full-size kitchen stove. Cool. All right. So people, again, I'm going to say it. Get a notebook. Write down everything how power outage would affect you. If you have a CPAP, I gotta write down. I need backup power for my CPAP, which is where for me, which is where my portable power station comes in. That there will run my CPAP for a week. Of course, if I take it out and charge it up during the daytime, I'm good. What other things do you need where you have to have certain things? Now, your refrigerator, do you need to keep everything in your refrigerator you have? How many, everybody, I want to see a 1 or a 2. 1, you do keep your ketchup and mustard in the refrigerator. 2, if you do not. So type 1, if you keep your ketchup and mustard in the refrigerator. 2, if you do not. Give everybody a chance to fess up on that one. When I was growing up in the 60s, we had what was called a cooler cupboard. It was a floor-to-ceiling cupboard that had a screen vent on the bottom underneath the house and a screen vent up in the attic, and would draw cool air in it. We never put mustard or ketchup in the refrigerator. Never. Gee, what is one of the main ingredients in both those? Vinegar, a preservative. Yeah, it does keep longer in the fridge, but you know, it never had a chance to go bad with three boys and four boys counting my dad, and three women in the house. My grandmother, my mom, and my sister. 7 of us. They never had a chance to go bad. You know, and at the restaurants, where do you see? Did they keep them locked away all the time? No, generally they're kept out. There you got your salt, your pepper, your ketchup, your mustard. You know. So, and relish. I'm not sure about relish. I can't remember if that was kept in the refrigerator or not. But I know there's some vinegar in relish. But there is so much food that certain controlling people in government told the health department or the what is it, Department of Agriculture, Department of Food, whatever. Oh, you need to make all the manufacturers put to refrigerate on their labels. Why? They never had to do it before. For decades. I keep my stuff in the refrigerator too, but I know, knowing I can take that stuff out, the barbecue sauce with stuff that in there really doesn't need to be, could sit out, and so you could. What I'm getting at is that there's a lot of stuff you could not have to put in there, and if it's cold outside, just like I said, put it in an ice chest and put the ice chest outside. But we'll put the ice chest outside at night and bring it in the daytime, and just you can get into it during the day. A small, either a 12 volt or a small 120 volt AC refrigerator, small one that takes hardly any stuff at all. Use one of those. A lot of sugar. Yeah, I know there's, and I do not like dill relish. I like sweet pickle relish. So I know there's a lot of sugar in it. But yeah, that's, so good. Keep stuff outside. Yeah. Oh, but they printed it on the label. It has to be true that I have to refrigerate it. No. Hey, Shelly, how's it going? Yeah. I saw that there. I forgot to, want to say hi, Shelly. So there are a lot of things that you don't have to keep in the refrigerator. And if it's in the wintertime and your house is getting cool anyways, down to 50 degrees, because you're not wanting to waste the fuel and stuff to heat it up, and you're wearing 2 or 3 pair, wearing sweaters and a jacket and a pair of long johns and pants, and you're staying nice and toasty warm, moving around the house. You don't need to keep some of that stuff in there. Yeah, I got a office size one that has the it's about that wide, and when I'm standing next to it, my chin sits on the top of it, has a freezer on top and refrigerator down below. I can plug that one in, if I need to. I can run that off of my Kodiak there, and have it charge, having Kodiak charge with a 100 watt solar panel, and then bring the Kodiak, and run the extension cord into the house and run my CPAP off of it too, and be perfectly good. All right, Ace Man, how's it going? Yes, there are the chest freezers that can be used as refrigerators as well, and that's probably one of your better bets to get one of those, because I hate the fact that every time I open the door on the refrigerator, all that cold air runs out. Cool. Smart man. He's not going to make the wife unhappy. He's going to do his experiment when she's gone. Yeah. I keep the. Yeah. I must say that I love cold relish going on my bologna sandwich. It just makes it. I mean, just has a different taste to it. Oh, and so I'm gonna deviate here, guys. This is a little piece of trivia I found out. When potato salad goes bad, what causes potato salad to go bad? Now everyone's going to think, oh, he's asking us a trick question. Sort of. What causes potato salad to go bad? And everybody's thinking about it. And they're going to start typing now. All right, the first 4 answers are wrong. 5 answers are wrong. 6 answers are wrong. Everybody's going, what? What? What do you mean? It's not the mayo. Mayo got a false bad rap. What is one of the main ingredients in mayo? Vinegar. It is, yeah, check out what got in there. Potato and onions. Potatoes and onions, once they're cut at and left out and are at room temperature, oh, the stuff that grows in them and are attracted to them. We would take, in our office at DHS, when one person got sick, all of a sudden you'd see all these little styrofoam bowls all over the office with onions cut in half sitting in there. Because onions will absorb bacteria out of the air, viruses out of the air, and all goes into the onion. Well, let's see, you got onion in your potato salad, chopped, sitting there at room temperature out at the picnic. Potatoes, same thing. They absorb stuff at room temperature. So you got your potatoes, cut potatoes out there. It's the potato and the onions that are making the potato salad go bad, not the mayo. Because, hey, we've left mayo out on the counter for a day and a half and didn't realize it's out for a day and a half. We thought it was just out for an hour, put it back in the fridge, and we all started making sandwiches from it. Nobody got sick. Just like the ketchup and the mustard and the relish. Vinegar is a great killer of bacteria and stuff. Oh. Yeah. So that was a little bit of trivia there. So about dealing with stuff without power. Something else that's to deal with. All righty. So we're coming up on midnight Eastern time. This thing took off rolling faster and more information flying out back and forth there than I thought it was going to. I thought I was going to be really struggling to get information out, but I'm struggling because I got more information to give, and I don't want to keep everybody up here. What do we got? We got 19 in here still. Thank you for still watching. So we should have what was it? So we got 43 more subscribers, and we'll have a 1,500 subscriber giveaway. I'm looking over at the other screen here. Giveaway on here on Gray Man Prepping. Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, we passed 4,400. So I'm going to have a 4,400 subscriber giveaway. We just did a 43 2 weeks ago or a week ago. So going to be giving away some more Amazon gift cards over there. Here on Gray Man Prepping, there are now 3 levels for channel memberships. If you're wondering who's a channel member, just about they all have blue wrenches, but if they have the little emoji icon next to the blue wrench, they're a channel member. Memberships are actually, let me go ahead and pull up your banners. All right, there's the prices down there. So there's the 99 cents a month, which is the prepper level, the $1.99, which is the gray man level, and the $9.99, which is the survivalist level. The wheel of names, if you're a prepper level, you get your name on the level on the wheel once. If you're a gray man, you get it on there twice. Because paying $1, paying $2. If you're a survivalist, you get your name on the wheel 10 times. There are also more things. Let's see if so some of the things for the prepper level, you access to channel members only videos, channel members only community posts, channel members only live streams, and some more stuff. Now the gray man level gets everything prepper does plus two entries on the wheel of names, bi-monthly classroom. Every 2 months I'm going to be doing classroom training, live stream, and you get 2 hours one-on-one private live stream with me if you have questions and you want to talk about your preps, but you don't want everybody else to know about it. Okay. The gray man level gets all that as well. I'm at the gray man. The survivalist level gets all that as well, plus 10 entries on the wheel, 12 hours per year private stream. Plus I give out 4 prepping presents per year to the survivalist level. So every quarter I send out a special thing, whether it's something like this, or whether it's something like this, or whether it's a camp stove, or something like that. And, I give a prepping thing out to the survivalist members. Currently, we got 4 survivalist members, and yeah, so that's what goes on that. So I'm going to be adding more stuff this winter to it, and getting some more stuff away for the gray man level and the survivalist level as well. Let's get back up here so I can see the chat. Oh, Wendy, you got stung by a scorpion? Oh, you weren't wearing gloves. Yeah, from what I understand, for scorpions, the young ones will sting you more than the older ones, and certain size ones will sting you, and other size ones will sting you, but they're not poisonous. But wow, ouch! All righty, so news for next week. On Friday, I am doing a dual broadcast to both Gray Man Prepping and Camp Pet and Family Compound. I have a special guest coming on next Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern. It's already out there on, so you can set the reminders to get it. I got Dr. Paula Ruffin coming on. We're going to talk nutrition, health, prepping for winter, both in nutrients and your body, and all things to stay healthy during the winter. So that's coming out next Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific. And Courtney at White Family Farm is going to be my moderator, monitoring both channels for me when we do the question and answer time. I will try to have both of them up here as well, but she's going to help me help moderate. And so if you want to see today's live with Paula was absolutely hilarious. Her and her friend Katie were canning lots and lots of applesauce. And they're doing the applesauce, adding a little lemon juice to it as they're doing it up. They were hand peeling the apples and doing everything from scratch. And then they cooked it in it. They were cooking it in a Instapot, and when it was done, they took it out. They did several batches during this live. They added cinnamon, and then they added a little bourbon to it. And the look on these two women's faces when that smell came up out of that pot, when they stirred it in, amazing. All right, but anyways, Paul is going to be on my channel here, on both my channels here next Friday. All right, so let me grab the other thing real quick here. And bring this up here. All right, so coming up Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, the topic is vacation from the homestead. What if you have animals and garden and stuff, and you take a vacation? How are you going to take care of the homestead? So we're going to talk about the challenges of taking a vacation and going like to the meetups, the YouTube meetups and stuff. So that's coming up there. And on Tuesday, back here on Gray Man Prepping for Tactical Tuesday, the topic is the $50 food challenge. So I'm putting that. So everyone, so that's what's coming up on Tuesday. Thursday night here as well for the midnight ride, which will be starting right about now on Thursdays. And then Friday, I talked about Friday there. And then next Saturday here on Survival Saturday, kind of ties in with tonight's emergency heat. And we're going to delve into a little bit more emergency heat. And so we got other cool things coming up. We got a communication plan coming up here in November. Are you prepared to do what's necessary? Stocking your bathroom, wet weather prepping, trick or treat preparedness, make living plans, keeping your preps warm so they don't freeze during the wintertime. So we got a bunch. Now, if you have any suggestions for topics, for both either here on Gray Man Prepping over on Camp Patton Family Compound, please email me here at the Camp Patton Family Compound email, because that's the one I keep up all the time for that. And I will add some of your suggestions to the. If I haven't done it lately, I'll add it to the schedule. Uncle Al Diablo Frog 79 sent me one saying, "You're going to an evacuation center. What are the do's and don'ts?" So that's Uncle Al sent me that one. Someone else who will remain nameless sent me one. Life is hard. Woman up. All right, guys. Someone threw out a challenge there to you, but that one will be on December 16th. And December 9th will be the evacuation center. Both those will be here on Survival Saturday. So if you have any topics you think you want to see me address, or you have, think it would make a good discussion topic, email me. If you want to come up here on your discussion topic and talk about what you know about it, include that information in the email, and that way I will send you the link back directly. Or you can wait till you get in here, and like at the top of the chat, the link for coming up here is in there. If you've never used StreamYard and you want to learn how to use StreamYard, email me, and I will set you up and do a half-hour tutorial on covering all the basics and some of the advanced stuff you can do on StreamYard as well. All right, folks. With that, thank you all for coming in here and making comments, pointing out different things you do. You've gone through your power outages and stuff. The one thing to remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you, even if it is a 3-month power outage. Stay happy. Don't let it get you down. Stay safe. Don't do anything foolish, like bringing hibachi indoors and trying to stay warm off of hibachi. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing, skills. Always add new skills to your skill toolbox, okay? And I'll see you Monday over on Camp Patton Family Compound. Take care.